I was not mentally prepared to make this journey today. I'm about 4.5 hours into a 9.5 hour drive that I wasn't planning on making when I woke up this morning. I don't even know if it's going to be worth it. What am I saying? Of course it's going to be worth it. The alternative is that if I didn't go, I'd regret it for the rest of the year. I've been looking forward to photographing prickly pear cactus in Grasslands National Park, and I've seen them up on this area called Eagle Butte, and I just knew that getting a cactus on the edge of the cliff in the sunset with like the view down below would just be absolutely amazing. So that's what I'm going for today or tomorrow, I guess. I've been calling the park from time to time just to check when the cactus are in bloom, and their normal is the last week of June, first week of July. However, it's around June 16th, 17th today, something like that. 17th. I called the park. When they called me back, the lady said that they started blooming 2 days ago. So they're a full 2 weeks early. And I wasn't really ready to go, but I rearranged my life for the next week. I booked the rest of the week off work, and I finished some stuff in the van here, and I set off. So thankfully I got my battery system set up, like finalized, like last night, which is just coincidentally perfect timing. And then most of the stuff for the bench or the bed I had built in the fall, and I just needed to assemble it. So once I put the battery pack in there, I assembled the bed on top of it. I can always remove the bed if I want to, but one of the things that I did not have time to do today was organize anything, so it's a huge mess back here. I won't show you. Maybe I'll give you a van tour tomorrow once I've got a chance to like tidy the place up a little bit. Well, it's day 2 of the trip here, I guess. Technically day 1 was entirely driving. I got to Grasslands National Park, Val-Marie at like, I don't know, 2:30 in the morning. So that was a long day. This morning I checked my oil and I found out that I needed to put some more in. So before I could do anything today, I had to drive 55 kilometers back up the road to Cadillac, get some oil put in the engine, and drive all the way back down to Val-Marie in Grasslands. And since then I spent some time down at the Two Trees picnic area. I was just hanging out, sitting in the shade, enjoying it. It was nice and calm and nice views. But this here behind me is what I came here for. I think this is a really lovely specimen right here. What I had wanted is to photograph the sunset from on top of the butte with some of these guys right in the foreground. So, I think we're in luck. I think we're in business. There's just a ton of them right here in the parking lot. There's gonna be a ton of them up there. So, I'm happy I came. No matter what happens to the photograph, I'm happy I came. I never even checked the weather. As soon as I found out that the cactus were in bloom, I got in the car and I left. So I never even checked the weather to know if it'd be good for shooting the cactus. I just went, full send. This place is pretty epic. I've been here before, and right now I'm heading to the top of 70 Mile Butte. Beautiful, beautiful place. There's some cactus right here. Actually, those ones aren't in bloom, but the prickly pear is all over the place. I'm seeing an assortment of other wildflowers as well. Really nice to be back in Grasslands. I'm so happy I'm here when the prickly pear are in bloom. It's something I've been looking forward to for, I want to say, 4 years. It's something that ever since I first got to the top of this butte and saw those cactus, I knew it was a shot. It was in here. One day I'd come back for it. And I think today's the day. I'm so excited. Oh. I found this bench here, and that's probably just as well because it's been a bit of a climb up here and it's keeping going. There's actually some switchbacks here I saw from the bottom. It'd be kind of cool for a Milky Way photo of someone with their flashlight, kind of like right in this stretch here. But I think that's more of like composition when you have extra people here. This one in the background would be Eagle Butte. Oh, I'm gonna climb that next. I'm getting close-ish to the top of 70 Mile Butte. Oh, what a view from here. It'll be better from the top. Okay, so far, I've just found this one little prickly pear. The blooms aren't as plentiful as they were down below up here. So there are quite a few cactus up here, but they don't seem to be as far along in flowering. So this is an option. I've marked it in Gaia GPS. Can come back here if I don't find something I like better. But just to give you an idea of what we're looking at here, there's the cactus in the foreground, and then you have Eagle Butte in the midground, and I'm hoping to have a banger sunset right in the background. I think that's exactly what I came here for, and you can kind of envision with me what we're actually looking for here, as I think I just found the money. I'm gonna be careful here because I was warned about rattlesnakes, and the last thing I want to do is run into one. But oh boy, this is really exciting here. Okay, boom. How do we like that? I'm gonna play around here for a few minutes and see if I can find a really nice composition. This could definitely be what I'm here for. I keep switching this camera back and forth between photo and video, so I don't know what the last thing I recorded was, but I'm pretty sure I did tell you about composition that I liked up on 70 Mile Butte. I might have missed recording another composition that I found right on this big piece jutting out there in the middle. The flowers weren't in bloom yet, so that would have been like, I said that would have been the 10 out of 10 composition, and the one that I had showed you previously would be like the 8.5 out of 10 composition. And then I basically climbed all the way down there, and I followed this trail over here and climbed all the way up to Eagle Butte, and I did a little spin around on the top part, which I'm not really too keen on climbing all the way up to again, but I just stopped to enjoy the view, and it's really epic up here. There were a few prickly pear on the ledge back here, but they were facing they're on the wrong slope, so they'd be more of like a sunrise thing, but they're probably a week or two away from blooming anyways. So it really seems like, depending on how high up you come, there's a different range for when the cactus will be in bloom. So this, I thought it was early, but also if I came when I intended to, I mightn't have gotten like the absolute best composition I could have found, but I couldn't take that chance. As they say, a bird in hand is worth two in the bush. So I do have a pretty sweet composition with the prickly pear looking out, and I can get Eagle Butte that I'm standing on right now in that composition, and then have the sunset behind me, and that'll just be, that'll be good. That'll be really good. In the end, I can't complain. I'm happy I came out here. Maybe I'll go back into town and have dinner, or I'll just stay here. Town's only 10 kilometers away, so it's not too far, but I got some time to kill. I want to be back here maybe in 3 hours to start climbing again. All right, well, I've climbed 70 Mile Butte for the second time today. It's a lot nicer this time. The temperature is a lot cooler. I've actually got another shirt underneath here. I just crushed the trail to get up here, and that took a lot out of me. And then I just been chilling ever since. There's like all these little wildflowers. I'm not sure what everything is, but there's a lot of really pretty flowers around. And there's even like one shot with some prickly pear I did back there. And I'm just taking photographs, looking down the slopes, and you know, basically what I wanted to do with prickly pear, but with all these other sorts of wildflowers I'm finding in the area. So it's been a bit of fun for me right now, and it's just absolutely gorgeous up here. So I think I'm gonna walk this way back down. It seems like a simpler game plan in the dark, and it's a bit of a wider trail, less bush covering it, stuff like that. A gorgeous night out here. All right, well, the sun has officially set below the horizon behind me here. It got to a point where the sun started going behind the clouds. I thought I was gonna miss the golden hour lighting, which on that patch of cactus I did. I ended up just waiting there for about half an hour to try and see if this guy would do something cooperative for me, because it would just be really disappointing to come all the way here. I still have to go all the way back home, and this is the second time today that I climbed to the top of 70 Mile Butte. The first time I came up here to find the cactus and know exactly where I wanted to shoot, so that when I came up here the second time, I wasn't messing around. Definitely glad I did that. And you know what? I found a whole bunch of other compositions up here and just like other wildflower photos that I really enjoyed. For this particular cactus photo, I think I'll be happy with it. I think so. On the back of the camera, it looks pretty good. I might have to do a little bit of HDR in there just to make sure I got my full range of tones. For the most part, there was a point where the sky kind of peeked through. I went f16 and tried to get some nice sunbursts coming through the clouds and get a bit of color in there. And I think I'll be happy with that photo once I see it on the computer. Like I said, I've only looked at it on the back of my screen, but I did get other good photos up here, so it's not a total waste of time, right? It's never a waste of time too. It's just beautiful to be out here. It's beautiful to see them. I've never seen the prickly pear cactus in bloom, and there are so many in bloom today in Grasslands National Park, so that's really excellent. I went for a drive into the West Block today. I have all day to be out here. I maybe got like a couple kilometers into the West Block before I stopped for several hours. The Top Dog Colony is where they have a whole bunch of burrowing owls. I saw a Parks Canada guide like walking through, and I said, "Say, a guy will find some burrowing owls," and he's like, "Let me show you this spot like 50 meters from your car." So I spent some time there. I talked to some other photographers, and I got some burrowing owls like this clip I'll show you in just a sec. I'm carrying on. The rest of the day is literally just like scouting around for cactus, and I found this group right here just on the side of the road. So far, like, my car is like right there. It's literally on the side of the road. I just decided I'm gonna stop for this one and take a few pictures. The rest of my day is cruising around looking for cactus to take pictures of, and maybe this evening I'll go back and do some more with the burrowing owl. Take it slow, enjoy it, see a bunch of things I've never seen before, and have a great time. I don't think I'm going to do any like focus stacking. Cactuses aren't too bothered by the wind, but all the grass that's around them is, so it might just be what I can do with single exposures and stuff like that. But I'll play around. Like I said, I've got all day, so we'll see what I'm able to come up with. Well, I just went back to Val Marie to have some dinner and relax for a bit, but I came back out to the national park here for golden hour, and I haven't really been able to find my prickly pear in bloom that I saw this afternoon, but I am finding a few pincushions. This is maybe like the 6th one I saw today with a flower open. I didn't realize there were any out here, but nice to know. I do like seeing those in Manitoba. I've got a few pictures of them, but really cool to hey, it's early Friday morning. I didn't have the best sleep. What happened last night was one of the legs on my bed that was supporting the joint between two of the boards fell apart. I just had like these little half-inch screws in there, and so I think that things like that will definitely need to be bolted in the future. This was a learning experience. I slept all night trying to keep my weight on one side because there was still a leg to support it on that side. Things felt pretty shaky all night, and when I woke up, I saw how bad it was. This is a piano hinge, and it is what I've used to secure the bed together. And I guess because that leg had come off and there wasn't enough support there, the sort of knock-on effect is that half the bed platforms kind of fell apart. So we're not really going to do a van tour today until I have this more readily assembled. What this means is that my trip is done. There might have been some rain this morning or maybe later. It's still nice out because I have like a 9-10 hour drive home. I'm just gonna start that now and not go back into the park today. It's unfortunate, but I'm okay with it because I got the burrowing owls and I got the cactus, and I got like a whole bunch of wildflowers. I got some landscape photos. I got everything I wanted to come here for, plus this was supposed to be sort of like a test drive for the van, and well, I broke some stuff, so clearly I need to get back to the drawing board with this before this is a more polished solution. Hit the road right away, and hopefully I'll be back in Winnipeg before dinner.